Everybody talks loud when the room gets still. Everybody's got answers, nobody wants to heal. Hands in the air, but they're clutching to the deals. Smiles look honest, but motives concealed. They say follow the plan, don't question the play. The script is new ink every other day. True question when the power gets thick. Everybody's wise till the price make them sick. Everybody wanna leave, but they scared to listen. Everybody wanna shine, but they hate the distance. Love was the rule, but they still enforce it. I'll flip it on the spot as soon as the force hit. Oh, everybody wanna make rules. Everybody wanna pick sides. Everybody wanna move the needle. Long as the needle points to the guy. Yeah, everybody wanna wear the crown. Everybody wanna claim the truth. Everybody wanna call it freedom. But everybody wanna make a rule. They want silence when the mirror talks back. Loyalty loud, but accountability flat. They preach patience, then rush me to agree. If it ain't for the moment, it ain't freedom to me. I seen them trade peace just to feel in control. Break was sacred just to play the role. I ain't mad at ambition, call it what it is. Everybody chasing power, few call it and they bliss. Everybody wanna judge from a comfortable seat. Everybody wanna rise but avoid repeat. If truth was currency, who'll be rich tonight? Who'll still be begging, lost in the fight? Oh, everybody wanna make the rules. Everybody wanna pick the side. Long as the needle points to the guy. Yeah, everybody wanna wear the crown. Everybody wanna claim the truth. Call it freedom, but everybody wanna make me. I'm just trying to keep my spirit clean. In the word itself, shortcuts, not dreams. Just don't need to own a room, no. Just need a little space to breathe. Everybody wanna make food. Everybody wanna pick the side. When they live by and when the lights go down. Long as the needle points to their guide. Yeah, everybody wanna wear the crown. Everybody wanna play the truth. Everybody wanna call it freedom. But in the end, everybody wanna make love. Everybody wanna, everybody wanna. Who just can't go home.
Yo, that's the Lost in Translation podcast, y'all. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to I Really Want to Know podcast, man. Oh, man. That's, like I said, we're going to start every show with start and probably end most shows, but we're going to start every show with a selection from Lost in Translation, man. He doing it big over there, bro. That brother he got talent, yo. He got talent. Shout out to him, bro. And how y'all feeling out there? We're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna talk a little bit. It kind of worked out. We're talking about marriage in the West and trying to mitigate the downside, but still not trying to run people away from it. I don't want to run you away from getting married, but at the same time, I don't want you to get wrecked. You feel me? So same time, I don't like. I saw a video, Cam Newton on the It's Giving podcast, and I'm like, we got to talk about. I know we're going to talk about like basic, like how to approach and holler at women and this and that today. That's what we're going to do. But hey, man, if Brother Casual Fan shows up, you know what I'm saying, I'll work something out, work something out with him. But we definitely got to talk about this Cam Newton thing. Yeah, Brother Lost Translation, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep putting out that music. I just told one of my like my people, like my right hand. I told her today, send her the link to check out your like what you're doing over there, man. So like I said, man, I'm shaking every tree I can shake, and I'm telling them about you, man. If something happens, I'll send them your way. Somebody want to talk, I'll send them your way for sure. Cause like you putting out a really good product, brother. Really good product. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Cam Newton. He's speaking on marriage, kind of giving a, you know, like a wealthy man, a high value man's take on how marriage works in today's world here in the West. So we're definitely gonna get into that. And like I said, this kind of you know fits in with what we've been talking about all week. Been talking a lot about marriage in the West and all that. So yo, let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. And bro, I saw that Beekeeper thumbnail. I hovered over it for a hot second too. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't listen to it. I hovered over it, and I didn't have time to cry. I wanted to give it here, but you know, I'm gonna listen to it in a minute. Trust me. When I'm done here, I'm gonna, like, bro, I'm telling you, you have no idea how many hours I spend just on that platform listening to, like, just going through listening to music, man. So that's what's up. I'm gonna check it out. Beekeeper. We might end the show with that one, bro. We might just end the show tonight with Beekeeper, man. So like I said, bro, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And you know I gotta have you on the platform, bro. I gotta get you on the platform because folks are asking me about you, man. So your music is amazing, but like you a solid brother, just period. So we're gonna have to work something out. I'll definitely hit you up, man. Let's get you on the platform, man. Let's chop it up so people can know who you are, what you're doing, why you do it, man, so they can get a feel for you, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm definitely gonna hit you up, man. Let's try to get that. Hopefully next week, man. We'll work out our schedules. Hopefully we can get that next week. But this Cam Newton thing, bro, let me check out real quick. I'm just gonna listen to the sound. Y'all gonna hear it echo. All right, that's good. Make sure the sound's good. I'm looking at the feed. It looks like it's going out there. This Cam Newton thing. Another platform put out a clip, and he was talking about, you know, like the downside of marriage in the clip. And I went and found the entire video. Like the video's about an hour and 17 minutes long. I doubt if we get through the whole video, but we're definitely going to talk about some of the things that he touches on. And again, I want to be clear, you know, for young men out there, young, old, whatever, I'm not saying run away from it. I'm not saying, you know, point to the family court system as a reason to not, you know, go out here and experience the joys of being a father. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is understand the rules so you can mitigate the downside. And if you find yourself in a situation, you already have a plan. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of people, they'll see a thumbnail or hear a bit of what I'm saying, and they automatically jump to conclusions here or there. And you know, you guys see it all the time. Someone want to say something, especially like in a red pill space, in the Mano Swamp. And you know, you have to tell them, I didn't say that. But yes, you did. No, I didn't. Let's run it back. Here it is. This is what I said. Well, that's what you meant. If I meant that, I would have said that over there. This is what I'm talking about. And it's funny, I've been talking to a lot of women, and I know a lot of successful women. And when I talk to them about family court, family law, you know, alimony, child support, the way the judges tend to rule, a lot of the women, especially the successful women, when you talk about these settlements and how much people are paying in child support or alimony, they all shake their head. They're like, that's excessive. Like, that's unnecessary. Like, that there should be an amount, but that's crazy. You know, you hear these numbers out, like $19,000 a month, $50,000 a month. Like, what are we doing? And then there's no way to track to see if that money's going to the child. One of my friends was saying, well, that kind of money, you know, how much of that is being set aside for the child, like, placed in a trust and, overseen by someone other than that other parent? It's like none of it. It's like, nah, that ain't right. That ain't right. That's not how we're supposed to get down. So, like, again, this is definitely going to change in time. It's not a matter of if anymore. If it will change is now a matter of when it will change. But it's content like what the content we're about to watch and the content that I put out that kind of forces people to think. And then you kind of look at it and you go and look at the rules. You look at what the law says. You look at how judges are ruling and why. And, people are coming to this saying, nah, man, this isn't right. Not just the people who get caught up in it, but the people who don't get caught up in it, but they understand what justice is supposed to be about. They understand the rule of law. And it's like, no, we got to change this because everyone can see, like, bro, we can see what this is. This is a money play. That's all this is. And in the way that they were doing it, like, we're absolutely hurting, if not ruining people, mostly men, but women are getting caught up in this too. So let's get into this, man. It's Giving podcast. We've highlighted this podcast before. There was an episode when she was talking to her husband on this episode, and we were talking about that. You know what I mean? It's like she brought him on the platform, talking about how their relationship is, and they're gonna get married and all this kind of stuff. And that episode is out there, bro. It's definitely worth watching. But for her to have Cam Newton on this platform, I guess she was just all about, we want to get the numbers up. This is going to be good content. I don't think that she anticipated where the conversation would lead. So, let's check this out. Here we go.
Done so many scary things and been great at it.
Yeah, but I don't think marriage is the one all be all. I'll ask you this, and not to kind of deflect the question. I think people get jaded and sidetracked about, marriage because it is weaponized in this society that we live in. I would ask that individual, what's more important, the title or the feeling?
I think the safety and the protection.
That wasn't the option.
Feelings are fleeting.
Just tell me.
If it comes on a feeling, I'm going to choose a title because I know that I have to show up this way, this way, this way, this way, this way in order to maintain that title. Feelings, if I feel like I love you, it's fleeting. I might love you today and not love you tomorrow. I told you right now, me and my man, I'm usually so sweet and kind. You saw, I get a hug and a kiss before he leaves. I didn't get no hug and a kiss because right now I'm upset, and that's okay, right? Right now, I don't feel all the butterflies and love and excitement that I'm used to feeling, but you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So what I'm saying is, if you're waiting on the feeling, you'll never do it.
You don't wait on the feeling, you have the feeling.
But the feeling leaves, no? You don't think the feeling of powerfully choosing your person, you don't think that ever wavers?
Talking about feelings. Cam Newton came in talking about feelings. Like, most men don't talk about feelings. Most men they want the facts, so he comes in talking about feelings, and she says, like what she said, I agree with, those feelings, they could change at a moment's notice. That little bit that she put out there, again, people who do this content, man, the secrets come out, or or whatever, like not that it gets messy, but these things come out. And she was like, oh, yeah, you can see, like, right now, I'm not happy with my man. Word? Cam Newton's in the house and your man, he left? You ain't happy with your man? But why did he leave? Did he have something to do? Or are you mad because he didn't stay? Like, why are you upset? And she's like, well, I'm not happy right now. Like, these feelings, bro, like, this is why, as a man, you definitely want to keep your emotions in check. Keep your emotions in check as long as you can, especially during the vetting process. For him, he's already put a ring on her finger. They're supposed to get married. If they're not already married, it's too late for him. Like, if he didn't know then, he knows now for her husband. And who knows what's going on? Maybe he left the toilet seat up or something like that, man. Who knows what's going on, right? And yeah, he definitely uses feelings to pivot, right? He definitely used it. And that's the great way to pivot when you're dealing with women. If you're having a conversation with women and you're talking to like a typical woman, man, those feelings in there, and bro, she's gonna be stuck down. It's like throwing a banana peel out. She's gonna slip all up, man. We talk about feelings. As a guy, I don't really care about your feelings. I don't have time to really deal with those feelings. Like, I need to be worried about other things. You handle the feelings, I'm gonna take care of everything else. That's how I look at it. And as a guy, I'm trying to keep my feelings in check. I'm trying to keep my emotions in check. Are we always successful? No. Especially not me. Like, bro, I'll fly off the handle. I did some things, right? Bro, trust me. One day, like, again, I'm working on getting the local set up. Once I get the local set up and everything, and we start the community, yeah, I'll tell you guys about some times when I lost control, right? But when a man loses control versus when a woman loses control, it's like two different things, right? It's like two different things. But let's get back to it. They're talking about feelings now.
I don't want to be disrespectful,
Okay.
but I must ask this question.
Yeah.
Is your husband
Mhm.
the only person you've ever loved in your life?
Nope.
I love this question. I think that in this way, yes. Because in every relationship I've personally ever been in, I've never been broken up with. I've never experienced heartbreak. I've never even cried over a man before, to be honest. And not because he makes me cry or not because I can't break up with him, but because this is the first time where he is my best friend. Truly. He was my friend before we even dated. He's successful, handsome, tall, has all the things. And he was outside living his best life. And while he was doing that, we were friends. And for me, this is the first time where I've chose someone that I already loved instead of trying to build the love once I chose them. So for me, this is new.
Yeah,
What about you?
this is not the only woman that I've ever loved,
Mm,
if we being honest.
yeah.
And everybody that I would admit to loving, I still love them
Yeah.
respectfully.
Of course.
But there's an obedience, there's a loyalty there where you have to really compartmentalize that for what it is.
Mm.
I'm not going to put myself in a position where there's a woman that I once loved and there's isolation between us two. I know what can potentially happen.
Right.
We're adults and we're humans. I asked that question because when you have a feeling for somebody,
Yeah.
that feeling never leaves.
Cam, I think
You see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. So my parents are like your parents, right? My
Mhm.
parents are still together, been together for decades.
Yeah.
My dad has gone through stage 4 cancer. My dad ruptured a disc in his back when I was 10 years old. There was a
Mhm.
time where my dad wasn't working and my mom still made him head of household. And he did his best, but when you're injured, you can't move in the bed. It is what it is. And so for me, I saw my mom still with poise and elegance and grace and have all of us kids up to make sure that we were getting ready for school and make sure that we weren't homeless and make sure she's going to work and she was doing her full time. I'm sure as an adult, I can look back and say there were probably times where my mom was really sad. Now, as a child, I didn't know.
Mhm.
I just know mom was going to show up. I'm sure there were times that my mom was hurting while my dad was hurting, because she's used to having a little more support at that time.
Mhm.
I think if we allow ourselves to rely on the feeling, we will never do it. It's like you just said,
You just
consistency.
contradicted yourself though.
No, if she felt, I'm saying she doesn't always feel good.
Yeah. But you said
Mhm.
feeling
Yes.
is fleeting.
Yes.
But even though she was in love with your father
And is
and
still.
is in love with your father,
Mhm.
there's times where she may not say, "Hey, I'm over the hills for you." That feeling of making that commitment
Mhm.
never will leave. So I will always do right.
But commitment is different from feeling, because
We
commitment is
throwing
you.
in two different
No,
words.
look,
We
Tim.
moving the goalposts. We adding in. We
Okay.
subtracting.
So let's just
The
shoot straight.
overarching question was, what would you choose?
Yeah.
A title
Yes.
or a feeling?
A title.
She said a title. I feel her on that. But talking about her mom and dad, and they cut from a different cloth. Man, that's a different generation. There are a lot of dudes out here that they're in relationships with women and everything's cool so long as the money is flowing, so long as they're able to go out and pop bottles and, buy the nice cars and the nice accessories and do all that kind of stuff, take the nice trips. But the minute the money becomes funny, as they say in the old days, you know what I'm saying? Your money funny. The relationship hits the rocks, right? When you do the math, man, when you look up the, like what's the number one cause of divorce in America, really, is financial issues. Right? And then we're always running those numbers and you look at the divorce rate and all that. But when you look at the divorce rate of the people, the high earners, it's like the more money they have, the less they get divorced. Crazy, huh? You know what I mean? So, and then, we had a society that used to exist where people they meant the words that they said, man, for richer, for poor, sickness and health. They meant that. So it's like, we ain't going to jump ship first chance we get. You know what I mean? Like we ain't going to jump ship. You know what I mean? And, and Brother Lost in Translation, like, he in the chat dropping it like, yo, we're watching this closely. Like, yo, she's good at what she does, man. She did spin it around on him. And it looks like Cam figured it out because he's like, oh, you shifting it all this. He's realizing like, okay, I'm in a spar now. She's really sparring with me. I got to get my shit together, right? But she knows what she's doing, right? And she said that she'd rather have the title than have the feeling. So let's continue.
Oh.
I will go with the feeling.
So so if you have a prenup in place, you're protected.
That prenup has a expiration date.
What's that mean? Break that down. This is new for me. I don't know.
Prenup, post-nup, baby.
Prenup in your marriage. Okay. Well, in that prenup, you had it's an expiration date.
My bad, y'all. I messed up.
That's
she
what
said something.
Times where she may not say, "Hey,
back that up.
I'm over the hills for you." That feeling of making that commitment never will leave. So I will always do right.
But commitment is different from feeling. Because commitment is
in two different words. We moving the goalposts. We adding in. We subtracting.
Okay. So let's just shoot
the overarching question was, what would you choose?
Yeah.
A title,
yes,
or a feeling?
A title.
I will go with the feeling.
So so if you have a prenup in place, you're protected.
That prenup has a expiration date.
What's that mean? Break that down. This is new for me. I don't know what.
Did you sign a prenup in your marriage? Okay. Well, in that prenup, you had it's an expiration date. So that's what people don't understand. All prenups have different forms, facets, and certain things to it. But in some cases, over a period of time, after that, it's over with. See, marriage is the only contract that does not have an expiration date.
Facts.
And even though you may say, "Well, sign a prenup," a prenup. If you're together for 40 years and you decide, "Hey, we signed a prenup 40 years ago," man, please, that's over with. Man, that woman, that man gonna be able to get whatever they want because I was with you through the good, the bad, the highs, the lows. I helped you build this empire. So I'm entitled to blah, 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 blah. It's
Man, he's right about that. And this is why a lot of attorneys talk about post-nups as well. Like you do your prenup. Now you guys are married and, maybe y'all kind of hit the jackpot. Business is going great. Y'all, added a couple zeros to your overall net worth. So you have to do another one. Let's do a post-nup. Let's talk about this. We got, we started, we really didn't have anything, then we invested in a franchise. And then after 5 or 6 years, that franchise blew up. Now we got 20 stores. Okay, let's do a post-nup. Now, because things are still good, let's document this and let's come up with an agreement on how we will split this up if something goes wrong. And let's get an attorney in here and let's do it so it's fair while we still, we love each other. Everything is good. You don't want to try to do that when everything is bad because you're going to be like, F that dude. She's going to be like, F that dude and I did more and this and that. Post-nups. And I'm no attorney and I'm not giving out legal advice. I'm just saying go talk to the pros. Like you figure that out. Because what Cam Newton said is right. You signed one piece of paper 40 years ago and then boom, Now it didn't work out. Y'all trying to go your separate ways. Yeah, the judge is gonna look at that like, no, man, y'all didn't update this. You know, y'all signed this way back when. Y'all didn't have nothing back then. Now you guys are multimillionaires. How we gonna split this up? The guy is saying she don't deserve anything. The woman is saying he don't deserve anything. What are we gonna do? And then it falls to the state. You know what I mean? It falls on that judge. If y'all can't work it out, then you're spending all this money on attorneys and all that. This is why you need to understand the game. It's like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is how the game works. You know, you could put that in the original prenup. In the original prenuptial, you can say that every 3 years, every 5 years, every 10 years, we're going to review this, make changes if needed, and then we're going to continue on. You can put that in there. That forces you to come back to the table. That forces you to look at basically your termination plan. And of course, you know, you're hoping you never do it. You're hoping you never have that issue. And if you've been together for 40 years and if something goes wrong, I mean, you would think the guy at that point, you would think that they could walk away amicably, but some people can't. A lot of people, they just be mad. You know what I mean? They're not like Jay Swans. Jay Swans like, she can have everything. And then Jay Swan's wife, Naya, she's like, he can have everything he wants. So it would be nice as everyone were like that, but everyone isn't, right? So you have to prepare yourself, man. So this is a good conversation. Let's keep going.
Loopholes in prenuptial agreements, just like it's loopholes in any other contract.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. So for me, I'm saying to you, I love where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
I'm happy. She's happy. We're honest with each other. We're not living in this Disney movie, falsetto. It's just one of them dynamics where it's like, bro, I'm choosing you every single day.
Yeah.
Your breath stink, I'm choosing you.
Yeah.
You ugly, I'm choosing you. You didn't cook for me today, I'm choosing you.
Right.
I didn't pay your bills today. I'm choosing you.
Right.
These kids whooping you and they loving me, I'm choosing you.
Right.
These kids whooping me and loving you, I'm choosing you.
Yeah.
You don't feel like getting up, it's okay, baby, I'm choosing you.
Right.
And doesn't matter if I feel like doing it or not. I have made that commitment to I'm choosing you. I think what is important in our dynamic is that we have examples of love from our parents. Her parents have been together for 42 years. My parents have been together for 41 years.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of similarities there.
Mm-hmm.
And I still do have an active relationship with co-parenting with the mother of my children. So
Right.
those type of dynamics is all encompassing with me. She has her pitfalls. She has her, issues as well too. And it's all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
So that feeling when we first was in that honeymoon phase, it was like, golly, this little thing here, fine. I'm still choosing her. You
Right,
feel what
right.
I'm saying? And she's still choosing me. So whether the title is there or not, it's so many people that got a feeling that don't got a title, that just has an understanding, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, he's saying what I was saying when Jay Swans and I were talking about, like, you can be in a committed long-term relationship and not be married and not have to deal with the state. Although, you got that common law stuff and all that, at some point you might have to deal with the state. But kind of like what Rich Cooper says, if you have enough money, you can do a lot of mitigation. If you have enough money, like if money is no object and you want to be in a position where your relationship doesn't look like a marriage. Well, how do you do that? This was in a debate with Andrew Wilson, and then Rich Cooper said, well, you can buy the house next door. You can have a house down the block. You know what I'm saying? You have a house around the corner, or you could buy the house next door. Because they were talking about the kids. Like, so you can be there every day to tuck the kids in. You could be there to make the kids breakfast if you want. You can be there to play catch in the backyard with the kids. You got 2 backyards, right? You're right next door. You can do all that. The kids come sleep with you, get up. And there was a movie, I think Sean Penn had a movie with Dakota Fanning where, he had special needs and the state was trying to remove his daughter from his life, but she would leave the foster care home and walk all the way down to her dad's house who had special needs. And, it was, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was a cool movie, but it just shows like things can happen. If you have enough money, you can do these things. I'm gonna buy the house right next door, buy the house across the street. And we're going to just do it like this. right? Now, most people don't have that kind of bread. You know, you look at it, I mean, like how many people in America make over $100,000 a year or more? You're looking at what, maybe 15% of America, 15, 16%. That number's about to change because we're headed for some financial turbulence, let's say, right? That's about to change. But so if only 15% of Americans make over six figures, 85% don't. And here's, like I said before, six figures today is not the same as six figures back in the 70s and 80s. Like, that would be more, like the guy, the doctor who's making six figures, making $100,000 in like 1979, 1982, the equivalent would be like $400,000 today when you adjust for inflation. That's the real six figures. Like the real six figures is 400,000. 300, 400,000 is the real six figures. So if you're making $100,000 a year, okay, depending on where you live in, you might be doing all right, but you're not doing well enough to where you can just up and buy the house next door to your baby mama or whatever and kind of do that. You don't have that kind of bread. Like, you're doing all right, but you can't do all that. So you need, like, if you're making $400,000 a year, you can, right? You can. So I hear what he's saying. You don't have to be married to be in a long-term relationship, and you can mitigate the government coming in on the back end and trying to take from you if you never lived like you guys were married. And so many people, what's the first thing people do when they start dating? They move in together. And if you stay moved in long enough, that's the whole common law thing. Common law wife, common law husband. Most people aren't aware of what those rules are in their state. I know I wasn't. You got to look that up. And then you got to go talk to a professional to really understand how it works. Because, it might be something like, well, if they're in there, if you guys are in the same home and they receive mail at that address and they're there for more than 3 weeks out of the month or something like that, like 18 consecutive days or whatever, some states break it down like that, then you guys are considered common law or whatever. So you might be living common law for 2 years and then break up. And, you think you're in the clear and find out like, nope, you guys were married. You got to pay her alimony, or she got to pay him alimony. So this is just, I know it's crazy. People like, man, I got to put that much thought into it. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, you want to put some thought into it. And if you don't put thought into it, you don't do your homework, you don't do your due diligence, you don't vet. And if it goes bad, the only person you can really blame is yourself. That's it, man. It's the only person you can blame is yourself. And it's like, well, I took that chance. Yeah, you did. If it worked, great. If it didn't work, it is what it is. Let's continue.
We act as if that's not a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have both. Some people just have a title
and
no feeling.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? You just a shell of yourself.
Yeah.
You just out here just Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
So,
what I would say though, because when I think of men, and it's not just you, because I think a lot of men fear divorce, right? And when you look at the statistics, 70% of divorces are initiated by women. Like, I understand why would you want to give your all to someone that could possibly leave when it's proven that they're the ones that leave? I get that. And also I think about protection. And what I mean by protection is if something were to happen to either of you as your girlfriend, she can't call any shot. Let's say that it's 30 years from now, and let's say it's 15 years from now, right? We don't have our parents here, and someone around you wants to collect your life insurance, and you need help to breathe. She's not able to go in as your girlfriend and say, we're going to keep him on life support. There's no protection of the plan that you guys have put in place legally. Somebody else has power over her to call a shot that you guys may not have agreed on.
Yeah, but that's where you have trust.
What's that mean?
You got family trust?
No, I know that. I thought you meant like trust in a person.
No.
So there's no probate and all of that, and it goes where it's supposed to go.
I think
you got to trust. You got power of attorney. You don't have to be married to someone to give them power of attorney for something like that. You can give them power of attorney. Hey, in the event that I'm incapacitated, and if it comes down to someone has to unplug me from the machine, basically, terminate my life, this person has the power to do that. That's, again, all that can be done legally. You don't have to tie yourself to the state if you don't want to. There's ways around it. Yeah, you can do living trust. You can do all this kind of stuff with your money. You can, again, it's all about, how you're going to structure your financial empire. Yeah, absolutely. You want to do that as well in case, I mean, it's like a double, triple redundancy. Like, okay, the prenup failed. You got to take all your money. Well, I only make $60,000 a year. What? Yeah, through my LLCs and C corps and S corps and the trust, that's all I make. I get $60,000 a year because this is how it's all set up. So run the numbers. How much do I owe in child support? Simple as that. Well, you own a Bentley. I don't own that Bentley. That corporation owns that Bentley. Well, you own these buildings. I don't own these buildings. Those LLCs own that building, which is owned by that C corp, which is run through that S corp, which is going through this holding company, and then that trust. So I mean, it's it's the same thing. Like you can just sign away everything if you want, or you can do the due diligence. Now, again, for that bottom 85% or the vast majority of Americans, do you have to go through all this if you're making $60,000 a year? Nah, not necessarily. You don't have to go through all this. But if you have like property and other holdings and stuff like that, you got financial assets, you might want to look at that. And it's funny, like Cam asked old girl if she signed a prenup, and she shook her head. Yes, she was shaking her head. Yes. And then right away I was thinking, because I think she has money. I think she's done really well for herself. So it's like, which one of them presented the prenup? Did the millionaire guy present the prenup, or did she present the prenup trying to protect her assets? I wonder.
Taking into consideration that, like, your situation is for you.
Yeah.
My situation is for me. I
Yeah.
think like Cinderella's shoe was fit for Cinderella, not none of her sisters, the skinny one and the thick one and the fat one. And
Mhm.
Cinderella was chosen to wear that shoe. Well, that's the same thing as far as your relationship.
Yeah.
Like whatever works in your relationship works for your relationship. Too many times we get caught into, oh, that's not right. That's not, baby, I ain't for you. I'm
Mhm.
for her.
Mhm.
And whatever we got going on, it's working. We happy, we thriving. I don't want nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I already got my hands full
Mm.
with my children, with my dynamic and women that I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for her family, the other woman's family. And I'm saying it, the other woman, because I have to also be realistic. A lot of men aren't realistic to their expectation, because even though if you're taking on, a specific person that has children, that's the extras that
Mm.
you gotta take in.
Yeah.
You don't just get to love that person selfishly. You gotta love that person in the midst of all the other stuff that they come with. We all got baggage, you know what I'm saying?
Would
So
would you be poly? Because when I hear you say like the whole tribe and community, it's kind of like giving polyamorous, no?
that's not poly.
Without the sexual connection with the other
Well,
mom,
that's
but
not
what it
poly then.
Yeah, it's not
well, what
poly.
I'm
then.
what
It's really me telling you my responsibility, whether you look at it as child support, whether you look at, any type of help, I still have to have a presence in other women's lives.
yeah,
That's just my duty as a man.
yeah.
If they are dating a man, right? I'll give you an example. If one of my baby mothers is dating a man and something were to happen with her and that man, that's still my responsibility
Mm.
to fix it.
Mhm.
So everybody's looking at, oh, he's still out here doing all that. Like, no, it's not that. It's
Mm.
my responsibility that I hold myself accountable. You're not just about to handle the mother of my children any kind of way.
Mhm.
Now, I don't have no jurisdiction of what she do, how she do it, who she do it with,
Mhm.
but that's still my responsibility. If she say, hey, my air not on.
Mm.
Okay, well, I got to make sure that your air working. Hey, we about to get a snowstorm in Atlanta. I got to make sure that heat working. And I don't live there, but that's still my priority.
Mm.
It's a lot of things that when I say it out loud, people automatically assume sexual intimacy. No, it's my responsibility. I have 9 children
Right.
that I'm proud of.
Right.
And 2 of those children are in college thriving. And for me, it's one of those things that after seeing my son yesterday, every time we see each other, even though I didn't bear him, from me, you can't tell him he's not mine, and you can't tell him that I'm not his.
Mhm.
We always finish each and every, meeting with, bro, I love you, bro.
Mm.
And as long as we got that type of dynamic of understanding, he still looks for my validation at 19 years old.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? When I came into his life when he was just 11 or 12.
Mm.
So those type of connections, it's a due diligence that I have a responsibility as a man to do.
Mm.
I don't care how it may sound to you. You may
Mhm.
not understand what my dynamic is. I'm comfortable in my skin.
Mhm.
I don't owe nothing to nobody except for Jaden, Shakira,
Mm.
Chosen, Sovereign Dior, Kamitis, Caesar, Kashmir, Casanova, and Jezebel Ali.
Mm.
Like all them children, like they're my responsibility. And the woman that bear those children, those are my responsibility too.
Mhm.
This right here is fascinating. Fascinating to hear what he's saying. And it makes sense. Like this is like, especially for the red pill cats. You want to talk about being accountable and being responsible for your actions. Cam Newton right here is talking about that. This is ultimate responsibility and accountability. And it's funny because the state can't force him to do this. All the state can do is extract money, and they have their reasons for taking the money, but they can't take what he's giving freely. Like he's involved in these children's lives, even if they're not his biological children. I agree with what he's saying. It's like once you take that on, it's like, okay, I have a responsibility to this community, to this family, this extended family, this untraditional family that I started. And this is what wealthy men have done, throughout the ages, right? This is what the lords, the kings, the barons, the prince, this is what they were doing, because they would have kids all over the place, but they still, their authority was all over the place. And he said, like, he has no legal authority, no real authority over a woman. Like if one of his, one of his baby mothers decides she's going to be with some dude, Cam Newton is saying, I'm still responsible to make sure that that woman is okay because she has my children there. And even though she's dealing with this dude, like, I can't let this dude, whatever, like, I have a hand in this. And that's something you definitely want to think about. That's something you want to think about there. Now, of course, Cam Newton has a lot of money. He's doing all this, whatever he's doing. For the average guy, you're not going to have 9 children by a bunch of different women or whatever. The average guy is probably not going to do that. And are there some Pookies and Ray Rays that have done it? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard the stories. I've read the articles. But like I see where he's coming from. And what's funny is when you look at the family court system, in theory, they're trying to make dudes responsible financially by taking the money and giving the money to the other person. But the guy doesn't really have any authority, because under the current system, they take the money. She can do whatever she wants to do with that money, and she can do whatever she wants to do with the child. And I mean, it's kind of like leaving you in the cold. And you would think that the state would do a better job of allowing both parents, access, and allowing both parents to be accountable. And I think that's where it's going. But I think I think that's where the system is headed. But I think it's fascinating that, Cam Newton just said everything he just said. Like, definitely take note of this. Young guys, old guys, if you're thinking about, like Brother Michael, he's thinking about having kids, and he's a little bit older. We're talking about trying to protect yourself on the back end, but understand, even if you manage to protect yourself from the state financially on the back end, you still have that responsibility to your child, and to an extent to that woman who bore your child. That's something I got to think about, because you don't think about that. Like, man, I ain't got no responsibility for her. She can do what she want to do. But in a sense, like, you don't want something negative to happen to the mother of your children or your child, right? It's, man, he gave me a lot to think about right here, bro. Definitely hit me up in the comments below, man. Let me know what y'all thinking.
Cam, you just said so much. And first of all, I want to say, I was kind of alluding to it earlier. Like, I love this for me, it's new, the new vulnerable side of you that you're showing, because we all know you're incredible at what you do. And sometimes when you do that, it's like a performance you got to turn on. And I feel like you're allowing people to see more of the real you. Now, I watched an episode with you and TD Jakes, and he was talking about the mask and having to put the mask on. And you said you don't feel like you can ever take the mask off. You can only do that with your children. Do you feel like that robs you of your humanity?
No, because that's the only feeling that I have where it's unconditional.
What does that mean?
Respectfully,
Mm-hmm.
any man, any provider
Mm-hmm.
can agree with this statement. There's no such thing as unconditional love. You only get that from very few people on this earth. One of those group of people are your parents.
Mm-hmm.
You're lucky if they love you unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
You commit a crime, they love you. You are failure, they love you.
Mm-hmm.
You do something that's against their will, they still love you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then that's your children.
Mm.
Like, we go different places. I get accolades, I get awards, I get, certain experiences. And a lot of people put me on a pedestal. I don't know why. But to my children, that's daddy.
Mm.
To other people, that's, oh my God, that's Cam Newton. Oh my, this, that. And they don't care nothing about that.
Mm.
They don't want that. Only thing they want is time.
Mm-hmm.
And that mask only comes off for them because they see through the minutia. They see through, like, man, welcome to 4th and 1. What, like, hey, welcome to Funky Friday. Like, they
Right.
see First Take, they see hey, 106 in Sport, they see all that.
Mm-hmm.
All those characters that you may see online, my children just see me.
Mm.
When you're dealing with other entities, whether relationship-wise, wives, girlfriends, significant others, partners, if your husband don't do right by you, there's only a certain amount of time where you're just gonna say, all right, now I ain't gonna keep dealing with this now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with your children, they still gonna choose you.
Mm.
And that's the true essence of what unconditional love is. And that's, I said it, people think it, and you can't find another source that will love you regardless of who you are.
Mm.
And that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
That's true. That's fire what he's saying, like when he says that. Because I think back on my childhood, and like a child's love for a parent is unconditional. And then, like you said, you hope your parents' love for you is unconditional. And if you were to hear, if your parent were to tell you or let it be known to you that it's not necessarily unconditional. I had a friend of mine, we were growing up, man, and one day, dude was a mess. Like, dude was a mess, bro. Like, just this is the first time I seen someone just totally devastated, just completely broken down, devastated. He was a mess. We couldn't find out what happened right away, but eventually, he told us what happened. And it was like his father told him he couldn't come over. His father told him he couldn't come to the house. It was a separated situation. He's standing with moms, and then he bumped into his dad, and dad tried to get back into his life. And then his dad told him, you can't come over here. When I say that destroyed homeboy, like he was never the same. Never the same after that. And he never stopped loving his father. But he was destroyed by that guy. But he never stopped loving. So that child's unconditional love for his parent was still there. But even though he wasn't getting it back, obviously, or for whatever went down. So what Cam Newton is saying, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, man. Like my daughter loves me unconditionally. 100%. 100%. She's performing right now. They got some sort of band thing going on. And, it just, it's you can see it in her eyes. Like, you could just, it's just, I know the look. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, she loves her dad. You see that with parents and children that have that relationship. I was gonna say healthy, but I think you don't even need that word. You don't need no adjectives. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a given in most cases. And then, sad to say, but even those kids that go through the worst, they don't have that relationship, that thing, and they go through the absolute worst, they still, love that mom, love that dad. They still, no matter what, like when their parents are going through addiction or their parents are just beating them or whatever, like they still, right? It's like that's my parent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, Cam came with the fire, man. Cam came with the fire.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. We went crazy viral with this question for me. You have children, I don't.
Mhm.
Not yet. You're on a boat in the middle of the ocean with your wife and one child, very young. It's the only child you have. They both get lodged into the water. They are knocked out. You can only save one. The other will die. Who are you saving?
Who can swim?
They're knocked out. Neither.
Hmm?
Neither can swim. You can only choose one. The other will die.
I'm gonna die saving them both.
If that's not an answer.
Um,
Guys, it's hard to make that choice. For me, I'm gonna save the child because the grown-ups will be able to save himself. Like they're both knocked out. I'm gonna save the child. We're grown-ups. We've already led our life, and if I save mom, right, my significant other, the mother, if I save her and then she comes to, and I say, yeah, the baby dead. You know what I mean? Like it's a wrap. She gonna throw me in the water, knock me, bump me in the head, throw me in the water. So I'm gonna save the child. But that's a tough question. That's a tough question. The only reason I can answer it so quick is I've been asked that question so many times. I've had time to ponder it. You know, it's like Cam said, like, you know, dude's like, I'm Superman. I'm gonna save them both. Like you can only save one. It's like that old school Superman movie when, you know, Superman had to make a choice. He's like, do I save these people over here? Do I save Lois Lane? He saved the people and Lois didn't make it. And then, you know, he went and made the earth spin backwards to bring her back. You know, but that's a good question. Let's see if he ever answers it. And like he can't bring himself to answer it.
my heart says I'll save my children. My mind tells me that I should save my lady.
Why save her though?
And initially, the reasoning behind that is I know my children can't swim, right? And it would be hard for me to even want to survive after I'm witnessing that.
Mm-hmm.
My mind is saying, hey, let's save an adult. So possibly that adult can help, you know, save the other.
Mm.
Yeah, that's tough. But it's tough because you know the feeling that you have for both.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm the person that's drowning, I would want my children to be saved.
Exactly.
If your wife chose you and not your child, would you guilt her for life?
I wouldn't kill her. No, heck no.
No?
But if they would know, save the children.
But
you know what's funny is in this dynamic, if you're Cam Newton or you're talking about, do I save the protector, the provider, or do I save one of the children? It would make more sense to save the protector and the provider. Like that's the person who's going to protect us and save, you know, and pay for the rest of us. You got a big family. It's almost like, man, we can't save the kid in that sense. So, you know, if they pull me out and let my child go, man, I'll be mad, but I understand why they did. I wouldn't be right. I wouldn't be able to function, but I would understand why they did it. Yeah, I would understand. Like, well, you're the one. You're gonna go out here like you're the golden goose. You're the one making all the money. You're the one that can protect us. You're the one that provides for us. You're the one that's gonna secure our future. If you gone, what are we gonna do? You know, who's gonna do all that? I'd be mad. You let my child drown and pull me out. I would be mad. Like, why would you even do that? But again, I could sit there and think it through. Like, okay, I can see why they did on the money side, but I can't think of any parent that would want to be saved themselves over saving their children. I think every parent would be, at least the parents that I know, would be beyond grief and confused. Like, why? Why didn't you pull the baby out kind of thing? What would you guys do? Who would you save? You can only save one. The child or the parent, be it the mom or the dad, you know, and the child, who you can only save one. Who would you save? I think that's a crazy question right there.
if she didn't?
That's cool. I feel like that was that episode of y'all seen that scene of The Dark Knight when when Two-Face was going, like, he was like, yo, Batman came to say he's Two-Face, and then the police department went to go say the girl, but they got there, too slow. But, but yeah, I would want my children to be saved.
For me, I look at the hierarchy the way God has it. It's my spouse, my children, God, my spouse, my children, everybody else, right? And when I tell you, there's no right answer. It's an impossible choice, obviously.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, so many people are like, how could you say that? You should never have kids. That's abusive. No, I love my kids.
Yeah.
But how do I choose something that came from me instead of something that is of me?
Well, and I'm sorry to cut you off. What was just tough, and it could come off as insensitive, you haven't had that feeling yet.
My mom told me she would choose my dad. My dad told me she would choose my mom.
Yeah.
My dad said, you would let me die? He's like, I'm choosing your mother. Hopefully I can come back.
Yeah. But does your husband have children?
No children.
Yeah, it's hard for y'all to relate to something that y'all don't have, though.
But what about the people that have? My sister, she's been with her man 23 years. They have 2 kids together. She would save her husband. My oldest brother, it'll be 30 years in March.
Yeah, that's cool. Y'all going off of the merit of the Bible, which is cool. That's what you're supposed to do, but you ain't in that moment.
That's true.
I see relationship dynamics not even be drowning. Don't you do that to my baby. Don't you do that to my. So, I mean, we don't know what we're gonna do in a burning building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have children for yourself to understand that feeling of life. When you bear that child that took 9 months, to develop, you grow an attachment that far exceeds life itself. Like, y'all have a feeling together. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know my children. I study my children. I know which one gonna be about it. I know which one is shy. I know which one is gonna excel in school. I know which one that's struggling in school. I know which one that's gonna excel in sports. I know which one that's gonna need extra help. Those type of connections, just like as you're trying to learn your partner, it just takes time, right? And let's just be honest. If we're talking about hierarchy, you've been with your husband how many years?
Not that many. We knew.
It's new as well.
We went friend to fiance. Let's say 6 months.
Okay, cool. 6 months. Well, what if you had a 3-year-old? You still gonna choose your fiance over your 3-year-old?
Is it his baby?
It don't matter who it is.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. You're right. I'm not choosing a fiance. I'm choosing my husband.
Because this is what I want you to understand.
Yes.
You've been married for 6 months, right? That child has been in your life for 3 years. 3 years and 9 months. The hierarchy there is like, it's my responsibility to nurture this.
I gotta ask you a question, because for me, that's really hard for me to even wrap my mind around, because I won't be baby mamaed without a commitment of marriage. So it's hard for me to wrap my mind around having a 3-year-old and then having a new man. Now, I know that happens every single day, and there is no right or wrong way. But so this is my question. Do you feel like women's value gets lowered when they have multiple children by multiple men?
Whoa, there you go. There's a question. I wonder how Cam is going to answer this one. And when from the red pill's perspective, when you look at that group, the Mantle Swamp, the red pill world, you know the answer to that. They're gonna say, yeah, she loses sexual marketplace value, because again, it's not just her. It's like if you come in as a guy, you're dealing with a woman and she has multiple kids, you have to deal with those multiple kids and those fathers. So and then she went on to say multiple kids with multiple men. So it's like 3 kids, 3 dads. And then you. So you got to come in there and deal with the 3 kids. You're paying for all this, paying for her, paying for the kids, paying for everything else. And got the 3 dads you got to deal with too. Man, that's a lot to take on when you can just get a woman who doesn't have any kids. Right. So yeah, you would definitely say that the sexual market value, the SMV of a woman who has children, a single mom who has, versus a woman who doesn't, her value is going to be lower than the other one. But then, you got to look at the whole thing, like, okay, how fine is she? Like this young lady right here, this woman right here, she's beautiful. What if she had a kid or two? Let's say she had one kid and she's a widow. It's like, okay, has her sexual market value taken a hit? The average dude would say, yeah, red pill says this. But in real life, you're looking at this beautiful woman and she's got a kid and she's a good mom and kids taken care of and there's no other man in the picture. She's a widow. And you look at it, it's like, does she really take a hit? You don't want any kids, right? So it's one of those kind of things, right? And if you're going to deal with a single mom, you just got to understand what you're dealing with. Again, this goes into mitigating the back end. You fell in love with this woman. This is who you want to be with and all that good stuff. Okay, great. What could go wrong? If this goes sideways, what are you on the hook for? Alimony. You're gonna lose half your retirement. You may lose your home. And you may be on the hook for child support for a child that's not yours. That's not your biological child. That could happen. Right? That could happen. So just understand that. Right? Just understand that. Like, she asked a good question there. Like, does it hurt your value? I mean, the answer is yeah. I mean, there's more baggage attached. Right? What if you got a beautiful woman who's certified crazy? Like she's out of her mind. Like she's certifiable. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's on serious medications. She has to go talk to people. She got to go check in with folks. As that woman, her value is going to be less. Like, it's just, because, a lot of people get mad. Single moms get mad. It's like, look, it's just, it is what it is. You're taking on more. That's all. And that's going to drag down, your perceived value. You're just asking a guy to take on more. Now, then people are like, well, what if he got kids? All right, then he got kids, you got kids, and okay. Because is his value less? Not necessarily. Depends on, how can he provide and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of different. It doesn't, right? But in the eyes of some women, that might be enough. I've come across women who are like, I'm not going to date you because you're a single dad. I've come across women like, okay, we can have some fun, but I'm not going to take this serious because you're a single dad. I don't want to be a stepmom. When I'm ready, I'll have my own children. I've come across women who told me like, hey, this was fun. I'm glad, I care about you. I really love you, but I'm ready to start my family. And I'm going to get serious with my dude. Cause these women always got guys in the background, a lot of them. And she's like, yeah, I'm ready to have my family. So I'm out. You know what I mean? I'll let you later. And they will go start their family. I've dealt with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Did that mean my perceived value was lower to her? Yeah. My value was lower than the guy who didn't have kids to her. She wanted to be with the guy who didn't have kids. She wanted to start her own family, clean slate. I get it. Right. So just because I don't want people to be out there like, yeah, D.O. saying, he on that BS, lazy get mad. I'm like, look, that's how it is, man. Like, perceived value is what it is, man. The market determines your value. I have nothing to do with it. You look at it like, would a woman choose me over a white guy? Would a woman or a Latin guy? Like, you kind of look at it like everyone's perceived value is different. But absolutely, a lady with kids, single mom, yeah, her value is gonna, take a hit a little bit. But let's hear what Cam Newton has to say.
I just think that the reality of that answer is women's value get lower the more children that they have.
Break that down.
Because, and I was having this conversation, with one of the mother of my children, and she's still fine.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love 5 children that you have, that ain't the guy for you. Because when I came into your life, I was willing to accept you and whatever you had. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids. I want you. Well, that ain't how it works. But that's not to say that she can't find nobody.
Right.
I'm pretty sure she has somebody.
Right. But do you feel like it's as the best that she could possibly do if she didn't have children?
Well, you're talking to a dude that was once in her life. I don't feel like she's gonna get better than me. That's just my confidence.
I don't even think it's confidence. I have said, and I might get eaten alive, I don't think most women do better than the father of their children.
No,
I really don't think
like
that.
it's real
That's
love.
the barometer.
Like it's real love. Like I owe a service to them. I will forever be indebted
Mhm.
to them because no matter how they make me feel, once I come back to, the ground of like, yo, that's still the mother of my children.
Mm.
It's one of those like family businesses type of situation.
Mhm.
Like we can have our spats, but when we leave this door, you'll never necessarily know. And we know
Mhm.
individually, like,
Mhm.
bro, don't talk to me right now.
Right.
But then, certain things that happen, you can count on me. It's just our toxic thrill
Yeah.
that, whatever our dynamic is.
You had said something on the TD Jakes show about not having the tools back then that you
Mhm.
have now to get through problems.
Yeah.
What are the tools that you developed now since then?
I've said it. Control, Alt, Delete. You feel me? Control yourself. Alter your thinking and delete any negativity. Now,
Mhm.
controlling yourself, that's a hard one.
Mhm.
But I think for me too is controlling myself that speaks to me specifically is controlling what and where I put myself.
Mm.
I know me.
Mm.
I'm not about to be hanging out certain places, not knowing that I still have an appetite for women.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I just ain't gonna do it. That's why I work out.
Mm.
I'm not about to sit up here and just be hanging out. I don't have any girlfriends.
Mm.
That's just a line in the sand for me. A lot of people always like, why you always just communicating on Instagram? It's like, bro, I could cut it on, cut it off on Instagram. It just get real wicked to me.
Mhm.
And some would say, well, you're not a man, you're not this. I know me.
Mhm.
And me knowing me allows me to make proper decisions that I can control the outcome the best I know how.
Mm. Mm. What's up, guys? Sarah Fontenot here. I just had to pause this episode
That's
really
her name,
quick to
Sarah.
let
Sarah, I gotta remember that because I've covered her stuff before, and I'm like, can't remember her name. Sarah Fontenot. All right. So, this is really, really good. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through the whole thing, guys. I don't know if we'll be able to get through the whole thing, maybe, but this is really good, and she is really attractive. Sister Sarah, shout out to her.
So you said you don't have any female friends. Do you have couple friends? Like, do you and your lady go out with other people and other guys and their ladies?
Yeah, we go out with family. Like all my brothers, I got 2 brothers, both of them married.
Right.
I'm like the only person that don't got the ring, so to speak.
Which I still don't understand why. I still can't hear why. Other than you like your dynamic. Can I ask a follow-up question on that?
Please.
Does Jasmine want to be married?
Who cares?
I don't know.
You had never asked her?
Every woman wants to be married.
I agree.
There it is.
Like,
And she's y'all have probably already been through so much.
yeah.
And you have children already. And she's working with the dynamic too. If this is your
Yes, I'm pretty sure she does want to get married.
and you don't want to do that for her quite yet,
It's not even that. Like,
will you ever be married?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's the thing. Like,
will she stay if she's never married?
she ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
If she told you I need to be married or I'm leaving,
Why would you put me in that position?
but would you choose to get married?
See, and then that's when I would feel more like, wait, what? You giving me a ultimatum? This ain't Netflix.
But okay, but what if I'm like, okay, let's say let's put it
you
this
can't
way.
handle me like that.
So you
can't bully me into a
So
situation
what if
that
she
I'm
were
not.
to say, what if she were to say, baby, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going anywhere.
Yeah.
I would feel more respected both in this relationship and publicly if we were married. Nothing is going to change. It is just a formality. Whatever document you want to sign, maybe if prenups expire, we can write in the section where it renews automatically.
Mhm.
Can we please go to the courthouse and get married?
Why?
I think if that would be her response, that would be something that I would consider. I've already considered it. Like, you're talking to an individual that I'm not a fool.
Right.
Every woman wants to go down the aisle and do all the, antics of that. But I'm like, bro, are you going anywhere? Yes or no?
No.
I ain't going nowhere either.
But maybe that.
Which is, again, I brought that up when me and Jay Swans was talking, man, and we still be, we'll every now and then we'll come back to this topic. When women say they want to be married, do they want a ceremony? They want a wedding? Or do they want the agreement with the state, an agreement with the government? And when I hear these kind of conversations, especially when women, are talking about this, my default was, oh, they just want a ceremony. So if I'm Cam Newton and she asked me this question, I'm like, you want to be married? You want a ceremony? Bring the families out. We go somewhere exotic and we do something, great, and we make our vows. Cool, let's go do that. But we don't have to go to City Hall. We don't have to fill out any paperwork. We could go, we can go stand before our family and our God, whatever the belief is, the universe itself, if you want to, and say these vows to one another. And if de facto we're married. Can we do that? Is that enough? And after talking to Jay Swans and hearing what his wife had to say, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, maybe it's not the ceremony. Maybe it is the paper. And what Sarah just said, like, oh, I'll sign anything you want. I'll sign a prenup. We can put a clause in there where it automatically updates or renews, So it's like, well, if that's the case, if you're willing to sign the prenup, why didn't we got to sign and why we got to do a deal with the government? Why we need the government to co-sign on this? That's the thing that gets me. Ladies, if you're watching this, please, in the chat or in the comments below, let me know. Is it that women want the ceremony or do they want the deal with the government?
That's the problem. Maybe the problem, and for a lot of men, not just you, a lot of men operate in a space of like reward and consequence. We all do. It's not even men. We all operate from reward and consequence. My man, who was outside, okay, all caps, like you back in the day, outside, had access to everybody. If I would have allowed him to, for the 2 years that he was my friend, he could have made me into a situationship. I'm not doing that. And I told him, if this is what you want, then come and get me for real. If not, just be my friend. I love you. Nothing's going to change. I'm never going to leave your life as your friend. As your friend.
So y'all wasn't knocking boots?
No, I don't sleep with my friends. I told you that on your podcast.
So when you gave them the goods?
I'm excited to tell this story, but I can't tell it yet. At least not on a podcast. But it's definitely a story.
Before the marriage.
It's not giving the truth then.
No, not on this podcast. It's got to wait. I'm going to tell you after we're done recording. How about
that's
that?
That's the thing. Like, that's the difference between my situation and everybody. I'm saying it because I think people need to hear it. And I think people will be moved by the actual story, and then we'll find out what to take from it. See, a lot of people look at me and be like, bro, you off the chain. But I'm just telling you what it is.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because by the time this airs, and y'all just plug your ears, don't listen, don't pay no attention, okay? Because my team don't even know, and we're about to make the announcement. But by the time this airs, which will be after February 15th, because that's our wedding day, we've been married. Shut up. We've been married, and we didn't wait. We got married, and then we slept together. So technically, and it wasn't even that wasn't even the plan. Some people dropping stuff. That was not even the plan at all.
Wow. All right. I shout out to her. That's a Don DeMarco to her. We know who running that situation over there.
Don DeMarco.
Hey, shout out to Sister Sarah, man. She a G. Somebody get her a pimp cup. she got a seat at the table because she been out there. It's not like she was, a virgin. She's been out there. She done had her situations and all that. She done did her thing, right? She done did her thing. Then she meet this guy. It's like, okay, in order for you to get a little bit of this, we got to be married. So dude came with some game. Sound like he's like, all right, let's go get married right now.
Holla, 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 holla.
Let's go get married right now. Let's go down here, sign these papers so I can smash, right? He ready to get in there and do that. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get up in there, bro. He trying to smash. But I think that's, I mean, wow. Shout out to Sister Sarah. She was like, I'm not going to. The question becomes, did she make a statement after her last relationship? Is like, all right, ain't nobody else getting this. Ain't nobody getting the skins until I'm married. And she just stuck to it. Or was she circling back to the other dude whenever she needed to get that, that itch scratched? So like, okay, I can go back and smash him, but I ain't gonna smash no other new dudes until I get married. Wow. Wow. Damn, that's Don DeMarcos right there, man. Somebody get her a pimp cup. She go to the Players Ball this year, bro. She done earned her spot.
That wasn't the plan.
So y'all are legally married.
We're legally married.
And then y'all just having a wedding.
Our wedding is February 15th.
That's dope. Like right after Valentine's Day?
Yeah, day after. So for me, I gave him the goods. And I wasn't like, you have to marry me in order for us to cross the line.
What it's
no,
given.
it wasn't that. It wasn't that. You know what it was? This is what it was. I was dating another man. I was dating two people. He was outside. And I don't sleep with nobody, right? I'm getting to know people. When I say dating, I'm getting to know people.
So what happened to the other dude?
I let him go because I told this dude.
You changed your number?
No.
He still got access to you?
No. Mm-mm. You don't know access.
So if you still got the same number, he still got access to you.
No, he doesn't. He can't text me. There's no Instagram. There's no nothing. This is the thing.
Does he know? Does your husband know?
He knows everything. There ain't no secrets between. There's never been a secret.
He know your body count?
Of course he knows my body count. My body count isn't high.
It don't matter if it was high.
Yeah, no.
But see, when I ask certain questions where it's like, yo, like we gonna keep it a buck, we're gonna keep it a buck. Why people made me the villain or made me the person that's like, oh, he insecure. Why are you asking a woman?
He knows
about
everything.
That's cool.
And I know everything. I had one of his little girls come cry to me at a party talking about, why doesn't he? This is why we were just friends. Because everybody always thought we need to be together. So look, I say all this to say, with this man, I was dating somebody else. I told him, this man is marriage minded. I'm not going to be with someone.
Has he ever been married before?
No, he hasn't. And he doesn't have any children.
I feel like you bullied him into marriage.
I did not. That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. But all I said was, I'm not letting go of what I could be happy over here. I can be.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes, I could be.
So you was happy with him?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He was a great guy.
And he don't got any connection with you, right?
No, he does not.
Is that because of your choice or because of y'all's understanding?
He wouldn't have to ask me. I respect him enough to release that because that man was talking about marriage. And
why didn't you choose him?
To be honest,
you have enough money.
How this turned into your show. The reason why I didn't choose him is because it's like, you know, the people that you meet and it's like, oh, this is so fun, but you don't know them well enough. Like, we didn't go to a point of, yeah, we can have all the conversations, but we hadn't had the experiences. Me and Brock have been through it as friends. He's shown up for me as a friend. I've shown up for him as a friend. I know when he's mad. I know when he's not mad. I know what he'll do to try to flip me into a better mood. Like, I know he's reliable. He's funny. He's one of the funniest men you'll ever meet, but
Hey guys, whenever you talk to dating coaches, when you're talking to anybody about game or how to get a woman, what's the best way to get to a woman? What do we always say? Make her laugh. Make her laugh, bro. Make her laugh. Don't be a weirdo. Make her laugh. Be socially in tune. What's going on? Like everything she's saying. And like I said, she's like, she wasn't no virgin. She was doing her thing. She did her thing before. She got a guy. She got one guy that's talking marriage that she's in a relationship with, but she's hollering at her friend. That's her dude, her best friend, her bestie. And she winds up marrying him. And then dude was like, in order for me to even smash this thing, I got to go down here and sign these papers. They go in the courthouse, get legally married just so he can smash right away. And this is, I mean, this is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. Wow, that is wow. And little shorty fine. Like, she's fine. She's a 1%er when it comes to just fitness and beauty and all that. She comes from a good family, well-spoken, fit, friendly, feminine. I mean, what else do you want? She's going to be highly sought after. As you can see, she had a couple dudes she was seeing. Like she said, one guy's talking about getting married. She said she wasn't smashing anybody. Okay, you got to take her at her word at that, right? But she's got her friend who's like her, her bestie the whole time. They're like, y'all should be together. Y'all should be together. And they finally do something. They finally get married. All right. I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. But she is a G. Shout out to sister. Hey, man, Sarah, if you happen to see this, you a G. Somebody need to send you your pimp cup. You official. Don DeMarco.
You would know that just looking at him because he's so laid back. When he gets to talking, this man is literally like, he's just hilarious and he's fun and I love him. And that's what I'm saying. This is why he's new.
Side?
Yes. As his wife, I have seen his dark side.
In 6 months?
I've known him for 3 years. He was my best friend.
But y'all wasn't knocking boots though.
I've seen his dark side.
That's cool.
Does it get darker? Maybe, but I'm built for it. I'm built for it. But look, this is my whole point. Okay, because we're about to make it about me. Mm-hmm. My point is, if your woman said that I feel, and y'all better not say nothing to nobody. Okay. Period.
Exclamation point.
If your woman said, I would feel so much more respected. And I know what other people think doesn't matter. Ultimately, what matters most
You're
is
contradicting yourself.
No, this is what I'm telling you. I'm saying if I were her and I said, I know what other people don't think, but I would feel more respected by you if we were married.
I tell you this, baby, you the peak. It don't get higher than you. But I still have responsibilities.
Do you have to let go of those responsibilities?
I would never let it. Like, you can't do that.
Can't you do both? That's what I'm saying.
That's my baggage.
So why can't you be married with baggage?
No. See, I'm answering your question when you gave me the scenario. If she comes to you and say, I will feel more respected, my first question will be, by who? She would say, by me. I'm giving the confirmation that there's nobody higher than you. You're a peak, tip of the spear.
Right. So what if she says
it ain't going higher than that?
But what I'm saying is that's how you feel, and that's okay. And I understand how you feel, and I know how you feel because we've talked about it. And also, this is how I feel. I would feel like the peak if I were actually married.
That's cool. Well, I ain't getting married. Now what?
But is that ego or is that heart?
No. Since we want to do scenarios, I'm not getting married. Then what you would say?
I would ask you. I would say, right now in this moment, are you speaking from a space of protection because I've triggered you in a way? Or are you speaking from a space of you really don't want to marry me?
I'm speaking on how I feel right now.
Okay, so think about it. Then I don't want an answer right now.
Say less.
That's what I would say.
She's a gangster. She know what she doing, bro. She know what she doing. She's a gangster. Because we all know, like, ladies, if you put that ultimatum out there to your dude, and your dude is a, high value guy, like the tip of the spear guy, or just below that, the top tier guy, he's gonna, if he says, I'm not getting married, what are you gonna do? You gonna leave him? Which is like, that's the only recourse. Like, all right, you've made the ultimatum and I just shot you down, which means you got to go now. Now there's going to be, it could be some doubt. It could be some question about your relationship over a piece of paper. Now, I think generally speaking, I'm not a woman and I don't know how women think, but if you're committed to a guy, he ain't trying to be married, but you've already committed to him, had some of his children, Y'all doing y'all thing. All you got to do is wait. Just wait. Give it 5 years. Just give it 5 years, and then be like, "Yo, can we get married now? Have I not proven myself? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Can we get married? Why now? Can we get married now?" And then he's gonna ask you why. You just said, "God wills it."
God wills it. God wills it. God wills it.
All right, God wills it. Then he'll start laughing and be like, "All right, but yeah, let's go get married." Like, just you're just gonna have to wait, because at some point he'll do it just because. And this is what my guy was saying. This is what Jay Swans was saying. He was like, "Bro, you would do it eventually. You might not do it that day. You might not do it that year, but eventually you would do it." And you got to concede the point. It's like, yeah, you're right. Probably I would. However, I would still have the plan in place. And like she said, Sister Sarah said in this thing, she's like, I'll sign the prenup. We can alleviate all of your financial worries. I'll sign whatever we need to sign. Hell, I'll help you structure it. I'll go get the best lawyers. We'll make this happen so she can get what she wants. Then there's the compromise that you have in every relationship. There's the compromise. She knows, like, he doesn't want to get married. Why? Because just, the court system could take, up to 2/3 of his stuff if it doesn't work out. So let me figure out a way to alleviate that concern for him, and then maybe we can have it. Because, again, something like that, I would ask her, like, do you want a ceremony, or do you want to go down and involve the government in our relationship? Like, go down to the courthouse and sign paperwork. Like, which one is it? Like, is that what you want? It's like, well, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, cool. I got a problem with that. So let me figure out a way to mitigate that. And then she can come back like, yeah, I know you have a problem with it. Here's the best lawyer in town. I had him draw up some stuff, because I really want it, and I know you have a problem with it. Ladies, that's how you do it. Again, that's adding value and, taking the lead on that. Like, I understand you don't want to do this necessarily, but I do. And you just put in the time. This is a really good episode, man. Shout out to this podcast, man. I forgot already. You know what I mean? But shout out to her.
Because I can't bully my man.
It's giving podcast. Shout out to her.
I know how it is. I can't. Y'all, this is the thing. Y'all think Brock is nice. He's not.
I never said that.
The face said it. This man, if he says no, I've learned in the past, I'm a pusher naturally. And my whole team, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
I will push.
Yeah.
I can't push him.
Bullshit.
I'm not saying that you did.
No, I'm just saying I'm
just giving what we've known to be facts.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what that means, Cam. I don't even
Cam might have hit that, yo.
know what that means.
Brock, bro, you a real one, bro.
He is.
He did something that most probably couldn't.
And wouldn't. To be honest.
That's why he got a good girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I received that. Thank you. That was a good cleanup.
Like, we gonna keep it a buck, or we gonna keep
it a buck?
Big, because I'm like, I'm not the dude that's going. You can't bully me.
Yeah,
you're not about to sit up there and put me into the corner. Baby.
Yeah,
like that's not gonna be good for nobody, because I got a lot of I'll be damned in me.
But is it bullying, or is it expressing a desire?
Maybe. Are you happy? Yes or no?
It's bullying.
I feel like.
Is you happy?
Could I be happier?
What?
That's what I'm saying.
So you're
like,
about to tell me a marriage will make you happier than what you already
it would
are?
if I'm telling you, no,
that's a lie.
I'm just saying, hear me out. If I was her, and I'm saying I would feel more respected, because we're already playing husband and wife.
Yeah.
So why not just be husband and wife?
Like you keep making this for everything that you got to say.
Yeah.
It's one of those things I have considered. I am considering.
Okay.
But we're not going to get nowhere if you making, it's almost like saying, hey, write me a letter.
Yeah, don't mean nothing. Right.
Right.
I get it.
No, that ain't how I operate.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you be like, oh, he just so stubborn. That's cool.
I don't think you're stubborn.
You or anybody else. I just know what type of man that I am. My lady, she wants for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She has everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most stable that she's ever been in her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's extremely successful.
Mm-hmm.
what she has for herself is what she has for herself.
Mm-hmm.
What I have is what she has.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, nobody's complaining. I think the issue comes when everybody gives their 2 cents on a situation that's cemented.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, you don't have to be married.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to be married.
Everybody that was in the Bible wasn't married.
That's true.
The disciples,
Weren't married.
okay. So you mean to tell me in order for me to get to heaven, I got to be married?
That's not what I'm saying.
But so we are weaponizing marriage. Like, bro, you got to get married. You with her, you might as well.
No,
you
that's
might
not
as
what
well
I'm
get
saying.
married.
I'm not saying that.
It's
What
like,
I'm saying,
you might as well be happy.
I agree.
I'm living for happiness.
yes.
I'm living for happiness and
Yes.
peace. I'm living for those things right there.
Yeah.
And every single day, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Love to me is not a noun. It's not a person. It's
Yeah.
not a place. It's a thing. It's not that. To me,
It's a
love
verb.
is a verb.
Right.
It's an action.
Yes.
Every single day, I'm choosing you,
Yes.
no matter.
That is marriage. You know what?
So why do you need the piece of paper? Ladies, y'all really need to sit down and if you guys are watching this, y'all need to watch Sister Sarah and watch the power of a beautiful feminine woman. Now, someone like Cam Newton, I mean, she would have to grind him down. Like what her husband did, like, oh boy, what she said his name was Brock. What she got him to do, she never would have got a Cam Newton to do it or any of these other dudes like that to do it. They ain't gonna do it. I mean, bro, it ain't worth it to smash her. Like you fine and everything. Go, I just won't get the hit. But oh boy, like, you know, he's in love with her. She's calling the shots, but she's doing it in a feminine way. So it doesn't come off as being very alpha, you know what I mean, very masculine. And she's able to get what she wants. Okay. And I've seen women who, you know, when I was young, I remember being around women who would be able to use that power. Like they mastered that power. And it's a great power to have. And they would get what they want. They will be able to get what they want, you know, without saying, well, I'm going to use sex to get compliance from you. Like, if you don't do this, I'm not going to make love to you, or I'm not going to cook for you. Nah, they still do all the stuff that they're supposed to do, but they will be able to come back, to keep circling back. Now you just kind of chip away at it, whatever it is, and then they'll wind up getting it. Right? And it's not like they don't make sense. Hey, you make sense. And especially if you mitigate for the downside, like I know you worried about this. Like she said, I'll sign anything. Here's the prenup. I went and got the best prenup. Here it is. Have your lawyer look at it. Do we need to make any changes? I'll sign it. And we can review this every 3 years if you want. It could be automatically reviewed every year. And then like every 5 years, we have to actually sit down and go over the terms again. If she does all that, like dude's gonna say yeah. And it's like what my man Jay Swan says. He's like, look, if you really love her, you're going to do it because that's what she wants. And I understand that. You got to accept that. Like at some point, yeah, you're going to do it. But Sister Sarah right here, she is really good. She reminds me of those feminine women I saw growing up who were able, and I'm not going to say manipulate because it wasn't manipulation. They were able to get what they wanted through femininity. They were able to get what they wanted through adding value, and they actually earned it, whatever it was. And we're not talking about a bag or a trip or something like that. We're talking about like real family issues. They were able, you know, and this is what, when you look at great women throughout history, this is what they have done, have always done. What did they say? Behind every great man is a great woman or whatever. So you're looking at it. This is what it looks like. Right. And wow. And to see it in 1080p, bro, like, because old boy's looking at this. Like she said earlier in this podcast that they were mad at each other about something. And he's watching this like, man, she Jedi mind tricked me into this marriage. And all he just wanted to smash. They probably had to come up with that. Like, I need to smash right now. Okay, let's get married then. She's like, let's go get married tonight. Come on, let's go sign the papers and you can have this. And he's like, okay, just don't tell nobody. Yeah, they proved their worth. Absolutely. Shout out to Lost in Translation podcast. Yeah, they proved their worth. And that's how women moved. I remember seeing so many women like that. Tons of women like that in my family. We see women like that in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Just taking care of business. But times have changed. I don't see too many women like that anymore.
That's your marriage.
You're right. That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Brandon, from my perspective, because
Yeah.
I believe that marriage comes down to having the willingness to choose this person.
You can have commitment without marriage.
Of course you can,
That's
but
what I'm
there's no
saying.
safety in that, especially not
always
for a
safety.
woman.
It's
Because
always safety.
think about it this way.
Man, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
She has perfect examples of how I would be if we're not together.
What's that mean? Oh, like take care of the kids
No,
and
no,
help
it's
and
not-
support
it's
and
not-
show up for the children.
I would
And
never just disrespect her or just leave her out there. 'Cause
Got it.
She has two examples of women that I'm not with them,
right,
but I still provide and take care of them.
right.
So if we don't make it,
Yeah.
I'm still going to take care of you.
Yeah,
So if that's your fear,
yeah.
you have perfect examples of that's not the case. Well, I want security. You have security.
Mm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Great point. Great point. Brother Michael's in the building. What's happening, fam? Great point. It's like the safety thing. Yeah, and what he's saying, like, yeah, the safety thing is BS. So it goes beyond the safety thing. Kind of like if you want the documentation and you want the protection of the government involved in your relationship. I want to get married. I want to be married to the government. Then to me, it tells me like, all right, this don't go down. If this doesn't go the distance, you trying to get extra bread. You feel me? Like that's, you know, and again, the average woman will have a hard time articulating this, but Sister Sarah's doing a good job. I can't wait to hear what she says to what Cam is saying. Like, you already guaranteed, you can see what's going to happen if it's going to, you know, I'm going to take care of you. Look at these two women over here. I take care of them. I don't be smashing them. Everything's everything. You know it. Like, you know it. Everything's everything. Right? Wow. Yeah. Would he do it if he didn't have the money? He would be involved in their lives, but he wouldn't be able to take care of the financial burden as much, right? Pretty sure. I mean, again, financially, he's a Superman. He's a superhero. You know what I mean? And so many guys, like, just tying yourself to the government is just not a great play. But Sarah managed to get her dude tied, tied to the government. My bad, guys. I can keep getting calls. It's messing up my phone. I'm sitting here trying to monitor. There we go. Oopsie. I'm sitting here trying to monitor. There we go. We still live? Yeah, it says we still live. Do me a favor in the chat, man. We still there? We still doing our thing? We still live? Yes, we still live. Here we go. Oh, that's not me. Still live. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Donald DeMarco, appreciate that. I'm sitting here trying to, forgive me for doing this, guys, but this is how I monitor that what's going on. And I got a bunch of phone calls and it knocked me out. Here we go. There we go. Now we're back to being live. I can see it now. All right. Appreciate it. Cool. Appreciate y'all, man. So, yeah, man, like I want to hear what she has to say, but a lot of guys that hear women saying, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married. If it's not the ceremony, then it's the safety net. Like I want to bring the government involved to ensure that I'm going to get a chunk of something on the back end of this. And again, fellas, this is why you have to structure the way you got to structure, do what you got to do to mitigate the back end. Someone like Cam Newton, it doesn't even make sense as a woman to demand a marriage because you guaranteed if this doesn't work, he's going to take care of you. Like you said, it's two examples. You see it. But if he was married to the Sarah woman, she would still be on that. You need to marry me. It's going to be guaranteed. But she would never find herself in that situation because she said she would never be a baby mama without the guarantee. So it's just a great conversation, man. I ain't gonna lie. Right? Hey, is this Jeezy's ex? I don't. No. You're confused. This isn't. I know who you're talking about. This isn't Jeezy's ex. They're going through it right now in court. I forget her name, but this isn't her. This is another woman. In fact, this woman Sarah is finer, I believe, than Jeezy's ex.
Everything that people will want to make it to be, that ain't it. Like I'm happy. We are thriving. We are happy.
Do you think that adding marriage would make it less happy?
We are living for Cam and Jazz.
Okay.
They're like what Shaquita 101 think, what Shade Room think, what Hollywood Unlocked think. I don't give a damn about none of that.
Yeah.
I'm living for her. Like, what you need, baby?
But what if she said, I need marriage?
She never said that.
But every woman wants to be married.
She never said that. Let's talk facts.
Okay.
She never said that.
Okay.
So therefore, that's projecting something that it's not.
Okay.
And for me, this is the most safest, securest, and stablest
That's beautiful.
she's been in her 36 years of living.
Yeah.
The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that.
So there's times where people try to throw wrenches.
Yeah.
You're chasing ghosts. Baby, I would ask the question again, are you happy?
Yeah.
Right? If you're happy, why are we trying to chase better when you're happy right now? Do you think you can get better than me? Go get him. I'm that type of dude. Go get him. I want you to be happy. You feel me? And if it's not me, and if you think that being married is going to save your relationship, you're a fool. If you think having children with a person is going to save your relationship, you're a fool. If you think having more money is going to save your relationship, you're a fool.
Yeah. Agreed.
Going back to love is a verb.
Yes.
So if you're having this intuition to say, well, why y'all don't get me? You might as well. No, that's the game.
I
that
don't
you
believe in
want
might as well.
us to play.
Yes.
When you see us, even if you do see us, we show people what we want them to see. It's a game to us. We've been together long enough to understand what people are expecting. We have relationship core values that we not bending from. We locking in and we making daggone sure that we stay locked in with each other. Is it tough? Hell yeah, it's tough. But we still choosing that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'd be damned if somebody sit up here and corner me and say, do you believe in marriage? Are you gonna get married? Why you don't get married? That's every single podcast, that's every single opportunity. And the thing is this, we're sitting up here justifying marriage as a biblical thing, which is true. But for a person to weaponize marriage that don't even follow the other rules and bylaws of the book of the Bible, you ain't even religious.
Right.
How you gonna give a religious law about marriage?
Right.
Because that's what I was also telling TD Jakes. It's like, bro, like everything, I was raised in the church.
I know.
And through that, people oftentimes have selective scripture.
100%.
Facts.
Like Jesus wept. Yeah, but why did he weep?
Right.
Did you know that?
Right.
Walked on water, like he made the blind see, turned water into wine. Like, yeah, bro, but you're taking certain things out of context.
Right.
God just didn't have, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not lie, steal, all the other 10 commandments, but you only following one.
Right.
And you just as sinful as the other ones. So I find it extremely baffling to wrap my mind around. It's like, oh, you think I'm about to listen to you? Oh, you think I'm about to listen to you? You think that little comment about my lady is going to make me not love her more? We laugh at that. As a matter of fact, in your relationship, it's not even that you married or not. You just ain't get caught yet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's something too, when people talk about the Bible and they want to take the scriptures to fit a certain type of narrative or to fit a certain type of culture. Like you look at like the West, like our culture here. It's illegal to have multiple wives, here in America. But you can have up to 4 wives in the Bible, right? Like you can have multiple wives in the Bible. When you go through the Old Testament, go through the New Testament, right? So long as you can afford them, someone like Cam should be able to marry Sarah and a couple other dimes and have 4 and take care of all of his children. He can do that, right? The Bible says it's okay. The Bible says it's fine. But you go out there and try to marry a few women. There's a dude here in Florida who just got sentenced for marrying. He was married to like 2 or 3 women running scams. You know, he was running games, taking their money, doing whatever. It's a black dude, though. He had like a couple wives, 3 wives. And then as they were talking about his cases on the news, some more women called in like, that's my husband too. So it was like, go ahead and try to live like the Bible here in America. You might get locked up. You know what I'm saying? You might get locked up. And this is one of my biggest pet peeves with the church, man. The church is not run by God. The church is run by the people in the church. And we're all sinners. So if you put a sinner in control, bro, and give him a lot of tax-free money, yeah, man, that's going to come off the rails. Somebody going to have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I talk to these, you know, these guys with these mega churches, man, I got a problem with it. Talking about what would Jesus do? Jesus would take the money you spent on that Bentley and invest it in the community and help feed some starving kids and help feed some starving families and help educate some people. That's what Jesus would do. Jesus would take off that $100,000 watch you wearing and the $50,000 suit, right? And that jet you trying to get the church to buy you, and take all that money and invest it in the community, right? And help spread the word. That's what Jesus would do. Jesus went out there with the wealthy folks, man. Matter of fact, he shunned them. So that's what I look at, bro. So someone like Cam Newton, man, shout out to him, man. I ain't tripping. Cam, do you, bro? He can afford it.
I mean,
There's a lot of people that I find in relationships that are just as guilty as the cheater. But just because you hide the receipts, just because you don't show certain things, or just because you and your friend are on the same page and you didn't get caught, you still cheating. You still, you know, doing certain things that your partner would not accept.
I mean, I'm not, but there are people that do.
I mean, if you want to live that life, I tell them, let them know that's what you want to do. There are plenty of women out there who will accept you doing that. They might not like it, but okay, you give them a choice. You know what I mean? If you got the right bread, you the right type person, tell them this is what I'm gonna do. And they're gonna say okay or not. And they know if I say I'm not okay with, he's gonna cut me loose. So I guess I'll stay with him. No, brother Michael, I would not have multiple wives. I would not have multiple wives because I wasn't born in that, I wasn't raised in that type of culture. If I were raised in that kind of culture, it wouldn't be a thing to me. But I wouldn't want multiple wives. But I understand why the Bible has it that way. I understand the way they lived back then and the importance of having multiple children and multiple wives and whatnot. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still a dude who, like, when it comes down to it, I'm gonna want just the one woman. So until I get to that point, I'll do whatever I want to do. If I want to run a rotation and do that, or I want to sit down and do nothing. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, I really just want the one woman. But right now, I would have to say no. I would not have multiple wives if I could. I just wouldn't. And Donald J. DeMarco, yeah, man, yeah, you're right about that, right? And bro, this is again that selective thing with the Bible, man. I want the Bible to say this message, just like they had the slave Bible, man, telling us God wants us to be slaves, right? A lot of people like that slave Bible didn't exist. Yeah, there's a copy of it. It's still in existence today. If you want to go see it, right? It does exist. The slave Bible. It's just people use religion and whatever they can to control others. And this is what I mean, when you have just people in charge of your religion. It is what it is.
There's people like he who cast the first stone. Right. Like, I'm not the person that's out here judging. I listen. I make the realizations of certain things.
Yeah.
And I get down to the butt of it. Yeah. I'm letting everybody know this. You do not have to be married to have a successful relationship.
Facts.
I agree.
Let's stop doing that. I think, cool, you're married. I love that for you. Mm-hmm. Everybody who is married, I love that for them.
I don't even love it for all the people that are married.
But there's been more married people to tell me you don't need to get married.
Yeah.
They're not married people.
Right.
And that's coming from people who've been married for a long time.
Right.
So.
Right. I think there's a difference between being married and being husband and wife. And I say this all the time. The majority of people are just married, but they'll never experience husband and wife.
Well, what makes that? If I'm hearing all that, why the hell I want to do all that?
Well,
because at no particular point in my relationship, do I want to be bonded by a government contract.
Most people
I'm not happy, I'm gone.
Right.
If she's not happy, I will tell her, baby, we not happy here no more.
Mm.
Let's
So
be
is
adult.
leaving an option for you?
What do you mean?
So if you're saying if I'm not happy, I'm gone, then leaving is an option.
No. I'm saying I'm choosing you,
Mhm,
but I know me to know if I'm not happy
mhm,
and if it's not healthy,
mhm.
I'm out of here.
So, okay,
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm still choosing this particular individual.
Yes.
So even though some would say like, oh, well, where's the security in that? The security is I'm not going nowhere. As long as you're willing to fight, I'm going to fight, even if you're not even willing to fight no more.
Mhm.
Because there's no healthy relationship that says 50-50.
Yeah.
A healthy relationship is not 50-50.
I agree.
It's like sometimes you're going to be 90-10.
Yes.
Sometimes you're going to be 10-90.
Agree.
Sometimes you're going to be 80-20.
Yes.
Sometimes you're going to be 45-55.
Sometimes it's 30-70.
I'm trying to tell you. So you have to understand what version of yourself that this relationship needs.
Yeah.
And once that lifeline is, you can't save an adult. Like that person has to be willing and able to say, dang, I'm tripping, but I'm trying for you, baby.
Mhm.
And sometimes you be like, dang, you got an illness. I gotta step up.
Right.
That-
I can honestly say right now, and my team knows because I've been a little sour.
And yo, both of y'all are right. Brother Michael, brother Donald J. Marco, man, y'all right, man. Like, women do file the vast majority of divorces. They say between 70 and 80%. She stated 70 on this podcast. I've heard people say up to 80% of divorces are filed by women. Cam is saying, like, because Brother Michael's like, if you're gonna have kids, you should be married. I'm with you on that. You should be committed. You definitely should be committed in some form or fashion. And if that means doing traditional marriage and going down to the courthouse, signing them documents, cool, that's whatever. But like we say, just you definitely want to protect for the possibility that it won't go the distance. So do your due diligence, have your financial structure set up and in place, or your prenups or whatever. So I get that. But Cam Newton already said, like, if it doesn't work out with his old lady, he already said, like, I'm gonna take care of her. So even if he was to leave, in his mind, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm not there every day, but I'm still taking care of you. So I'm still there every day. You know what I mean?
Plus, right? Mostly because our wedding is 3 weeks away. That we've been planning. Then we have I work, right? I shoot skits, entertainment, all those things. So I'm producing 60 skits out of the month. Got to shoot, got to edit, got to upload, tell the team what to do, organize, all these different things. Moving out of a condo. Freaking my grandfather just passed a couple days ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So there's so many different things that I'm being pulled. And I had a conversation with my man and I said, I feel like I'm breaking. And if I'm a little, and I'm telling you the real, because I'm just very direct. I'm very in tune with how I feel. I'm very in tune with what's going on. I am not my best me right now. And I know that. I'm a little more sensitive. I'm a little more irritable. I'm doing my best to get through days because I am overwhelmed and I'm overstimulated. So please, over the next little, however long, please just handle me with care. That's it. And all we can do is expect that person right now. I'm at 30. He's making up the 70. Some days I'm at 20, then he'll make up the 80 and vice versa when he has bad days or down days. But that in itself, which is so funny to me, Cam, because you guys are operating like husband and wife, not even married. Married to me, I feel like 80% of people are married and they hate their spouse. That's what I think. I think they're just with people.
They don't hate their spouse. They just, the love goes away. You just kind of, the lust, like Jay Swan said, the lust goes away. They don't necessarily hate each other, but if they made those commitments, there are still a lot of people who believe in keeping their word. And, again, it's not the men who are running to the lawyers and filing for divorce. I mean, it is what it is. That's how the game is played. Just, learn the rules. You know what I mean? And you're right about that. DJD, you're right about that, man. They're going to secure the resources, but you still have to understand the rules and do your due diligence. I'm not saying you're going to always come out on top, but if at least you take the steps, then instead of losing, maybe you don't get taken through the ringer as bad. You feel me? Like you want to take the steps. But what she's saying is true. Like, she's doing a whole lot. She had a lot going on. She has her own thing, has her team and all that good stuff. So, she's probably overstressed right now. She's like trying to do her thing and she has her husband now to fall back on, and I'm pretty sure he's helping her out. And Brother Michael, man, I don't know, man. And it's funny whenever I do the show and I'm like, if I'm reviewing the video with the sister on there, I'm like, man, I know Brother Michael's going to come up here and talk about hair hacks. That might be her hair, man, but I don't know. You have to talk to a woman on that. But she has, what we would call good hair, bro. Like she has that already. That might be her hair, or maybe the ponytail might have that. The ponytail in the back might be, something added to that. But the bangs are probably real, and the rest of it. But I don't know, to be honest with you, man. Like they've gotten so good. I can't tell. I don't know hair well enough. Normally, I got to have a woman with me to look at it and tell me, like, yo, is that hers? Or she buy that. So anyway, let's keep going.
To say that they, flash a ring around and be like, my husband, my wife, but they can't stand that person when they get home. They're nice to everybody in the workplace. They get home and they're snarling at their husband or sitting on the other side of the couch. That's what I think about most marriages.
Was a ring in the Bible?
No, a ring wasn't in the Bible. A broom wasn't either. Did you know that vows weren't in the Bible?
Was honeymoons in the Bible?
No.
Y'all going on a honeymoon?
No, we haven't planned one, but I do think we're going to go to Turkey and like do that health check thing. You could get like all the scans on our bodies. We've been talking about going to do that and calling it a honeymoon, but we travel a lot anyway. What I'm telling you is I'm not a conventional married talk person.
Me neither.
I know. All I'm saying is if your woman wanted to be married, you do have an opportunity to give her that desire. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
We all understand that.
Okay. I want to show you a video that of you, actually, by the way. And it was you and TD Jakes. And this episode ended. Do you know what I'm referring to? Okay, I'm going to play it for you. It is 1.5 minutes long. And I would love to know if you feel like this is true, if you feel like it's real, if you feel like it's honest. Okay. This is TD Jakes and you on Next Chapter. Why can't I hear?
Man, she cute. I like her dress. I like her style. Like Sister Sarah,
I don't want you to turn into a bitter old man with a lot of excuses as to why he wasted his life and wasted it rich. It's not like you're sleeping up under a bridge, but you are sleeping up under a bridge. It's not like you don't have anything, but you don't have anything.
She got everything.
It's not like you don't matter,
but you don't.
But if where it counts, you don't matter. And only you can fix that. Only you can fix that. More money can't fix that. Bigger house in Paris can't fix it. South Africa can't fix it. Only you can fix that. Because every time you get on a plane, it's going to get on a plane with you. And you're going to look around and all of that black hair is going to be white. And the hat won't hide it. It's going to turn white. It's going to turn white. Your knees are going to get stiff. Your body's going to ache. And it's going to be too late to fix it for the few people that you really, really care about. That short list of people who are holding your thermostat right now.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
To get your thermostat back, you got to do what you can to explain it, and regardless to them receiving it while you're living or after you're gone, you got to get to a place of peace about that, because you are running, please hear me, you are running out of time.
What's all that about?
What do you think? Truth?
Yeah.
All truth? Partial truth?
All truth. All truth. But he wasn't saying running out of time to get married.
I know.
Yeah, that's just the facts of life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always welcoming critique, especially an analysis. And it's not that it's different that it's coming from TD Jakes, a person who I grew up watching and understanding, but it's he had a lot of understanding. But even that clip given what it was when you talk to people, you try to understand where they're coming from.
Mm.
And I've been on everybody's platform. And for some reason, everybody always talks about the same thing when it comes to me. Marriage.
Mm.
I'm not the only person that feel like this.
Mm.
I'm just the only person that's bold enough to tell a person, bro, sis, you don't need to be married.
Mm.
Like, that's just justifying. And if you're not one with your partner, it's just doing something just to check off a box. And then sooner or later, you're going to wish you did not check that box off.
Mm.
So when I'm
Yeah, when you wind up in family court, you're gonna be wishing you didn't do it. Especially if you didn't take any steps to mitigate the downside. And then when I talk to people about it, they're like, man, you just act like every marriage ends in divorce. I'm like, not everyone, about 50%. Well, it's really 43% if you look at the latest numbers. Like, all right, cool, 43% then. You know what I mean? That's still a lot. That is a lot. Right? 57% chance. Come on, bro. That's a lot. And then when you really look at it, there's so many people who are they're just married and they're unhappy. A lot of them don't even live together anymore. They just don't want to go through ripping everything apart, or they're doing it for the kids. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just, it's like he's saying, bro. Like, it's one of those things, man. Cody came in the door trying to get trying to get it shut down, bro. What's wrong with you, man? But yeah, man, we about to get down over in Iran. I don't know if it might have started already. It might be starting right now. But anyway, let's listen to the last part of this.
saying I'm making a lifelong commitment, I can make a lifelong commitment and not have that to be it, no matter what anybody says.
Mm.
I'm always in constant work of myself. I'm always in constant, search of evolving into the best version of myself to be peak.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever you may need is completely different than what I need.
Mm-hmm.
What triggers you don't trigger me.
Mm-hmm.
What gets me going is not going to get you going. That's the same thing about relationships and life. And I think once you master yourself and understand and cut on that dark room light and be like, yo, like, I need help here. Do the work.
I think that is a beautiful way to end this episode. I think that I see that you are open to critique. And I've said it once on this episode, before this episode, and just to myself, like, I see you allowing us to see more of you. And I'm very grateful for that, because you are a man of influence, and you are a man that is on a pedestal, and you are a man that a lot of other men look up to for a multitude of reasons, whether it be in sport or in intellect, or for some, maybe even in ego or in questioning, right? There are so many different areas that you offer immense value in.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that you are now starting to, at least from my vantage point, show us more of you.
That's what's up, man. We're gonna leave it there. Like, we definitely have it in the description below, guys. If you want to watch that again, you should. Shout out to them. That was a really good episode, man. Shout out to them, Sister Sarah. It's Giving podcast, man. Shout out to Cam Newton. Never really been a huge Cam Newton fan. Like, even when he played football, I did admire what he has done with his professional career and like his post NFL career. And I gotta respect the brother, man. Like, I gotta respect him. Like, I'm listening to him. I'm seeing he's putting himself out there. He's getting better and better. Like, shout out to him. Like, Brother Michael's asking, like, would I get married one day? I'm in my mid-50s, bro. Again, never say never. Never say never, but I just don't see it making sense for me. Now, having said that, if I go out here, once my daughter graduates and I'm back out doing what I do, I'm back going 100% in the real world, out in them trenches, and I come across a woman who's cool, and maybe she looks like Sister Sarah here from It's Giving podcast. I think this is a beautiful woman, and she wears a lot of makeup, but she doesn't need the makeup. She actually did an episode where she took her makeup off on camera. She's just naturally beautiful, right? Like, this woman right here, she's just naturally beautiful. If I came across a woman, right, we'll bring, if I came across a woman like this, do I gotta pull it up? Here it is. So if I came across a woman like this, and we like people say we align or whatever, like we make each other happy, and she's worth Oprah Winfrey money, and we get into a relationship, and she wants to get married, and like like I said, you worth that kind of bread, yeah, I'd marry her. Why not? I'm not gonna lose anything. If it doesn't work, my daughter's not gonna lose anything. She's not gonna lose her inheritance or whatever because I made this, I married someone in my mid-50s and it didn't work. By the time I hit 60, I'm going through some terrible divorce and I lose 2/3 of my net worth or whatever. Or I spent a bunch of money trying to, whatever. I made a mistake. I'm not going to do it. But if she looks like this, she got a ton of money, she has her own, then yeah, why not? I can't lose anything. It's a beautiful woman. She ain't trying to have no kids, whatever. We're both older. We're happy with each other. We have a lot of fun, and she just wants to get married. Okay, sure, why not? I can't lose. I can't lose. She's gonna want to do the prenup and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, to answer your question, it doesn't make sense for me. I don't see myself being married, but again, never say never. And I'm telling you, that's something I'm looking at. Who is the person? What's going on the financial side with them? And their net worth has to be greater than mine. Like you have to have more to lose than I do financially for me to say I'm gonna get married and involve the government. It's like Donald J. DeMarco is saying, man, he already been through it once. Why go through it again? Got that divorce grinder. You know what I'm saying, Cody? Like they be blocking my chats about it. So it must be true. Hey man, Cody, bro, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. So no makeup, aka no war paint on her face. Like she's wearing a lot of makeup in that video, but she has a video out there. If you want to go in there, put in like It's Giving Podcast, Sarah takes off her makeup or something like that. Actually, I think it was a short, but she actually took her makeup off on camera. She's a beautiful woman. And that's one of the things I look for. Like, I just like naturally beautiful women. I'm not, I don't go crazy about women who wear a lot of makeup. That's not my thing. I mean, they're fun to be with, but in the morning after a hard night of sweat and you wake up to a completely different person, like, oh, what happened to the woman I brought to the hotel room? You know what I mean? That's crazy. They call me Don the house husband. So, like it is what it is, man. I'm not crazy about makeup, but that was a good episode, man. That was cool. That was cool. I'm definitely gonna continue to follow, Cam Newton. I like what he's doing. Too bad what happened with the BET show. I don't know much about it, but he had the show and it got canceled. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, that message is getting out there. There are more and more people who are saying, don't need to be married. We're talking about folks who ain't got nothing to do with Red Pill, nothing to do with the Manhole Swamp. This is just folks who just kind of figured it out. Kind of like brother Donald J. DeMarco there, like got divorced once. I ain't going through it again. People like Rich Cooper's like, I did it once, I ain't doing it again. Right. And then those who are considering it, they're like, all right, well, let's figure out ways to mitigate the downside. And then society as a whole is looking at it like, man, people aren't getting married, people aren't having babies. We need to do something to encourage people to get, married and have kids. And the best thing they could do is to kind of change the existing rules. If they change the laws, more men are considerate. If they change the laws up, dudes are like, I'm not trying to get punished for having a family. I'm not trying to get punished for getting married and I got to pay alimony. And we have children. I'm looking at child support. I'm looking at losing, half up to 2/3 of my net worth, like everything I've worked towards. I don't want to sit here and be paying, tens of thousands of dollars a month in child support and then add another, $2,000 or $3,000 in alimony on top of that. Guys, like, it's just not worth the risk. And like Cam said, you get a prenup, but the judge could throw it out. People talking about, no, I get an ironclad prenup. Man, ain't no such thing. And Oprah can holler at me, bro. You know what I mean? Oprah's still single. Oprah, hey, Oprah, if you listening.
Holla, 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 holla.
Yeah, man, look, Oprah could get it. She doing her little old Ozempic. Oprah could get it. I ain't lying. I ain't tripping. And brother, right? And brother Dino Dinosaur's in the building. Yo, what's going on over there? Where you at, man? Y'all about to get a new prime minister, man? Y'all about to like throw out the whole, y'all got lords losing their titles, man. What's going on over there, bro? Like this whole Epstein thing shook up a whole country. And everything that's going over there, you got royalty getting arrested. Like is Andrew you know what I mean, Mom Boughton, what's his last name? What Windsor? Is he out on bail? Can he come out of jail? Did they lock him up? What's going on with that, bro? I'm starting to follow that. I was starting to follow that, and then I saw that we're about to invade Iran. So I'm like, oh, I think this Iran thing's a little more important. but I mean, it is what it is. What's Cody talking about? Like girls will look like DL, but look like Tyra Banks after the makeup. Facts, man. Facts. Be careful. I mean, I know I'm pretty now, but you don't want to wake up next to me. I'm just saying. But yeah, man, like the world is crazy right now, man. It's the end of the world as we know it, y'all. It is the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. So I hope you guys feel fine too. You know what I mean? I'm glad you didn't lose anything, bro. You know what I mean? You definitely don't want to risk again. You know what I mean? Hey, man, am I staying now? I'm going to be on TV, Cody. I'm going to be on TV talking about, I can't believe she did that. And I'm walking away with, 10, 20 million. I'm just going to, I'll be walking out of there like I'm like I'm just taking this. I'm leaving with just this. Like Steve Martin in The Jerk, at the end of The Jerk. I'm taking this. I'm just taking this with me. I'm walking out of that house with everything, bro. I'm taking these paintings, taking this car. I'm walking out of there with $20 million in gold. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need nothing. I'm just going to take this right here. But yeah, man, ex-Prince got arrested on his birthday, but he's out now. That's crazy, man. Like, what's the king? The king has to deal with that. Like, I know the royals are just going crazy with this, man. But I mean, he may have broke laws, man. He was doing stuff, feeding information when he had an official role with government. Like, I mean, and again, I can't believe they're not arresting people over here in the U.S., man. Like, Andrew should have came over here. He should have stayed in America. He wouldn't be worried about it. He did 10 hours. That's all he did was 10. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, we're going to wrap this up. I got to go get my little girl, man. Like the recital is just about over. Just wiping tears away with money. Yeah, the recital is just about over. I got to go get my daughter. This was a good episode, guys. Hey, check that out. Red Pillars, young guys, old guys. You know what I mean? Brother Michael, I know you sitting around ready to start your family and stuff like that, man. I encourage you to do so. Just understand the rules, know what's going on, man. You know what time it is, man. Try to stay away from tying yourself to the government. Do your structure, man. Like just make sure you have your trust set up, your LLCs, your S corps, your C corps, whatever you got to do, man. Get the paperwork right. Do whatever you got to do to protect what you have. You definitely won't want to lose half your retirement. You meet someone later in life and then boom, it didn't work out within 3 or 4 years, and now you got to give her half your retirement. That's not cool. The courts are starting to change the way they rule on this stuff, but I think we're going to see a change to the laws, but it's still going to take time. Kentucky, Florida, Texas, I think Kansas, you got a lot of states that are starting to make moves on this. And paternity fraud, like they're really starting to look into that. They're not cracking down yet, but they're looking into paternity fraud. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, it is what it is. So if you're going to do it, just make sure you cover all your bases. I suggest you do it. I'm telling you, being a father is the best thing ever, man. I cannot lie to you, man. It's amazing. But it does suck if you make sure you pick the right woman. Don't choose the wrong person. And then they use this family law system and they use the courts to keep your child away from you. And they use the court system as a weapon trying to hurt you. That can happen. So you want to, how do you avoid that? You make sure your head is right, first of all. You make sure you vet properly. You make sure you keep your emotions in check. These things that we talk about, make sure you do these things so you can see the problems when they arise. You're like, okay, that's the problem. Keep my eye on that. Okay, that's a solid red flag right there. Let me look at this thing over here. Okay, I don't like the way she's acting here. When your emotions are not involved, you can clearly see that stuff. But if you've already let your emotions out, like Sarah's husband, you're gonna miss a lot of things, bro. And it could cost you. It can cost you. So that's it. That's all we got. I do want to let me do one last thing, man. We want to end with Lost in Translation, bro. He said he got a new track out there. I think it's called Be Something. think it's Beehive or something like that. We're gonna end with that. Lost in Translation podcast, guys. I'm gonna drop the link in the description here, like in the chat, and also it'll be in the description below, guys. If you're watching this on Team Replay, do me a favor and check it out. Brown Girl Beekeeper. Hold on, we're gonna listen to this. Let me hit pause real quick. Do that. We're going with the guys. And this is, like I said, man, Lost in Translation podcast, man. Make sure y'all check out this brother's music. He's doing it, man. I really like what he's doing over here. Here we go. We're about to pull this up, and we're going to ride out with this, guys. I'm DL Saint. This is the I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to holler at you, man. Listen to this Lost in Translation podcast. Here we go.
Had it be? Had it be? She move like honey. Had it be? Had it be? She move like honey. Brown sugar glow in the amber light. Sun caught the crown of a fro just right. Hand steady working that sacred art. Queen of the garden with the gentle heart. She don't rush, she just be. Whisper wisdom through the trees. Humming low in the summer eve. Honey dripping from her soul, you see. She living the high, living the high. That's where she thrives. That's where she thrives. Sweet as the comb, but she built her own throne. Come on and dive where the hive is. Built it on her own. Built it on her own. It's your favorite brown girl beekeeper. Hattie B. If we be friends, we can be friends. She live from the high with your favorite beekeeper. Hattie B. We should be friends, cause we be friends. That's how we be. Honey, so sweet. Every time she step on the scene, we got bees in the chat. Bees in the chat. Bees in the chat. Talk to me like bees in the chat. Gold crown tilt when she step outside. Flower feel secrets she don't hide. Sun-kissed skin, that fearless mind. She go activate love one drip at a time. Rosa, but her power loud. Move so smooth, never chase the crowd. Oh, high, strong when she come around. That's royalty. Stay proud, she live in the high. That's where she thrives. Queen energy in perfect harmony. Come on and dive. The high is harmony. Harmony. It's your favorite brown girl beekeeper. As we be friends, we can be friends. She's live from the high with your favorite beekeeper. We should be friends. We be friends. That's how we be. So sweet. Every time she step on the scene, we got bees in the chat. Bees in the chat. What that be? Bees in the chat. Oh! She like clover in the springtime. Drip slow, golden sunshine. She don't sting, she just a line. Whole world buzzing on her timeline. Come on and die with a high. Buzz with me. Buzz with me now. Buzz with me. Come on now, come on in, come on in, come on in, die with a high. Bees in the chat, be friends, how to be.
Yo, I'm gonna have to build a whole play around that brother's music, y'all. Don DeMarco for show. Lost in Translation podcast.
Don DeMarco.
Make sure y'all get over there and support that brother as well. Thank y'all so much. I'm DL Saint. We're done. We are out of here, man. Good night.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.
Thanks for watching. We really appreciate your support. And if you like that video, check out this one or maybe that one. We'll see you around. Peace.